Oh. Hello, boys. I'm the new CEO of Pixar, and I called you guys in because we have a brilliant new idea for a movie, okay? Are you ready for this? This is gonna totally blow your mind, okay? Toy Story 5.
But, you said 3 was gonna be the last movie.
And then you said 4 was gonna be the last movie.
Yes, but our man Andrew Stanton, you know, the man behind 2 of the all-time greatest Pixar films, he's gonna be directing this one.
Okay, but what exactly is the movie gonna be about?
Well, what is something that kids are big into these days?
That stupid 6-7 meme?
Well, yes, but also tablets. So that's why we're gonna poke fun at technology.
That's actually not a bad idea.
But wait. How are you gonna do a 5th movie even though I left to be with Bo Peep as a lost toy in 4?
We're bringing you back! So no worries. You are in good hands.
Okay, fine, but do you promise this is the last one?
Nope.
Screw it. Most people don't care about original projects anymore.
Okay, so just sign here.
Okay, so what exactly should we know before signing?
Well, obviously you're coming back, Woody.
Okay.
And you're gonna be partially bald.
Okay.
It's gonna focus more on Jesse.
Nice.
Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head will have brand new voice actors.
Well, as long as they don't use AI, then that's good.
And it's gonna be rated PG.
PG?
PG!
PG?
PG!
PG! Well, will there be swearing or violence?
Nope.
Come on! All the previous movies were G-rated.
Yeah, don't you remember the first movie had a joke about Bo getting someone else to watch the sheep for her for an obvious reason, and one involving a noose, another where I mention I can't say a swear word, and Sid's toys pretty much being like they're from a body horror film.
What about part 2? When Woody was thrown in the trash by Andy? And getting strangled by arms? Or that boner joke involving my wings?
Oh, and 3? Let's not forget 3. Remember that joke about Mrs. Potato Head's mouth? And of course, we almost got shredded up and burned alive in a furnace at a landfill. What exactly are you going to do in this movie that could possibly be worse than that?
Well, just sign here, and you'll see.
And if we don't sign?
Well, you remember this? And this time, your wings will be removed.
As long as it's good, we shouldn't care.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me, and once again, welcome back to another episode of After I Saw, or in this case, After We Saw, as my good friend Cian Bainham is back to review another movie with me. That's right, everybody look, it's the real Cian Bainham!
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Oh, no. Cian, look, Zane!
Where?
If you don't know what we mean by Zane, I'll put the link in the description for his YouTube channel, so yeah, so there'll be better context on that. But anyways, yeah, sorry for the pushback for this review, but it's mostly because, you know, during our review for the Mario Galaxy movie, we were really big fans of Mario, so that's why I wanted to invite him to review the Mario Galaxy movie. And since we are really big fans of Toy Story and Pixar, I decided, you know, why don't we do a collab review for the new Toy Story movie? I got to see the movie on Thursday, he saw the movie on Saturday, and we had to work things out when exactly would be a good time for us to review it. And I deeply apologize if the audio for our voices is kind of distorted. Like, I tried my best. This was the best I could possibly do, so I do apologize on that, though. I didn't really get too many complaints for that in the last video, so that's a good thing. So yeah, really wanted to take my time with this, our time with this, and
You mean
Keen's,
the last video?
yeah, the last video, and
Yeah.
Keen is going to be a little bit busy this upcoming week because his birthday's coming up. Happy birthday, man! Even though it's in 2 days.
Thanks, man.
But anyways, enough with the chit chat. We already got a skit done in the beginning. Now let's talk about it. This time we're going to be reviewing Toy Story 5. That's right, there are 5 of these movies now. Alright, now, in Toy Story 5, Bonnie is living her life playing with toys, but she really wants to get a new friend, because she doesn't have that many friends in real life, and she believes that the only way to make friends is doing what every other kid is doing, and that is using tablets instead of playing with toys, because practically nobody's playing with toys anymore. So her parents get a new tablet called LilyPad, and LilyPad has pretty much been taking over her playtime, so the toys worry that they are going to be shelved for good, that nobody wants to play with toys anymore. So it's up to Jessie to figure this situation out of what exactly, Bonnie can do while still, getting free time with toys. So that alone, won me over because, of course, there were instant complaints about how, oh, it's another Toy Story movie. The fourth movie ended horribly, which I love the fourth movie. I loved it more than you did, though you enjoyed it. But the thing about it is, the movie, when Toy Story 4 came out, it did garner a good amount of acclaim. It currently stands at 97% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 91% audience, all audience score with 94% approval rating. So, I don't know, maybe it's that thing where, everybody was excited for it at first, but then afterwards when you think about it, but that didn't really happen with me. I rewatched all the movies, including 4, but I can definitely say this definitely has a much more better idea surrounding it because, yeah, technology pretty much has been taking over, including, toys. Toy playtime, like actual physical toy playtime. Like whenever I'm at my brother's house and my nephew sees me playing on my phone, he's just like, "Can I play on your phone? Can I play on your phone?" Though he does eventually. We do have playtime like outside of social media life once in a while because he definitely loves making friends. So yeah. Now, with all that being said, is it absolutely worth expanding more on the franchise even after 3? Well, I can definitely say this. I definitely do feel like people will be far more pleased with this than 4, because I understand where the criticisms towards 4 went to, because this, well, I'm not entirely sure if I liked it more than 4. I can definitely say there will be a lot of people who liked it more than 4. Keen, I think you liked it more than 4, didn't you?
Oh, I loved it more than 4, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was much better.
Yeah, all in all, I know we haven't gotten into our thoughts yet, but I can definitely say that, yeah, it definitely paid off. There's definitely a lot to enjoy about this movie, and ultimately, I think Andrew Stanton did a wonderful job with bringing back the franchise. And one of the biggest strengths of the movie is Jessie. She is the main lead, because if you haven't seen 4, it ended with Woody becoming a lost toy and basically giving Jessie his leadership. And I really like the direction it was going for when it comes to Jessie. She got a lot of the spotlight, and while Woody and Buzz are in the movie, they're more on the lines of being side characters, but originally they weren't even going to have Woody in the movie, so I think it was a good step up to have Woody come back, just not as a major lead role. Like, Buzz has a little bit more to do than Woody does, because his story is basically done, but I didn't really mind it all that much. And while they do have rehashes of some of the previous films, specifically with 2, it's not really done in a nostalgia baity kind of way, but they actually do have a purpose on why Jessie returns to her owner's house, which isn't really much of a spoiler. We knew that was going to happen, as well as in the trailer, we saw, Emily was in the trailer. So ultimately, what this movie manages to do is give a lot more spotlight to one of the most interesting aspects to the franchise. But of course, how is the overall technology-based storyline? It's done in a very relatable sense, because say what you will about Bonnie, you can definitely understand where the criticisms toward her went through in the 4th one, but I think in this one, you can definitely feel a lot more bad for her, especially when it comes to, trying to fit in more with the kids in this movie. And without getting into spoilers, they do it in a way where you will definitely feel a connection, because it doesn't just relate in the way that kids interact with technology, but all of us, when we interact with technology, and why we have toys, why we bring our imaginations through playing with toys, because ultimately toys are what brings in, that inner child in us. Because, well, yeah, because technology you can use for everything pretty much. That's why Woody basically says, toys are for play, but tech is for everything. So that's why it's a very scary situation. And what can I say? What can we say about the animation? It's flawless. I feel like with each movie, it manages to improve with its animation style. I mean, 4, say what you will about 4, but before this movie, that had by far the most cinematic looking vibe to it. And with this movie, they definitely, ramp it up even more. And it just like we said in the beginning of the skit, this is the first Pixar or the first Toy Story movie to be PG rated, and there are a couple jokes that I guess I can kind of see why it would be PG, but ultimately I feel like 3 felt more PG rated, and that was G. But now there were a few things that I was kind of nervous about going into the movie, and one of them was the character Smarty Pants, because he plays a major part in the movie, and he is essentially a potty training toy. And I was thinking to myself, we do not need toilet jokes in our Toy Story movies. Like, that's not why we watch a Toy Story movie. So I was a little bit skeptical on that at first. Thankfully, though, he isn't just there. Now, look, there are some toilet-related jokes involving him, but he does serve a purpose in the movie. And honestly, I really liked Smarty Pants. I thought he was very funny. And when it comes to, what he does in the movie, it's done in a way where, it would make sense why he would be there rather than just, oh, let's have a potty training toy for all the kids to make fun of the laugh at the poop jokes and all that. So ultimately, he does serve a purpose. And I do like the fact that even though some of the side characters still don't get a whole lot of screen time in this film, Rex, the Potato Heads, Slinky, Ham, they're more pushed aside just like they were in 4, but I still respect the fact that Mr. Potato Head has more lines because he has a new voice actor. Same with Mrs. Potato Head. They definitely don't top their previous voice actors, but it's better than using AI. Absolutely. So it's nice that they want to respect the Potato Heads by giving them fresh voice actors rather than just, the other thing. And I really don't have too many complaints about this movie. I guess one thing that I wasn't, fully hooked onto at first was the major army of buzzes that appear throughout the film, which, don't get me wrong, they're cool and they definitely do have a purpose, but when it comes to their first reveal, it kind of left me a little bit, okay, I don't entirely know what's going on. I know they're more upgraded versions of Buzz Lightyear, and they will serve more of a purpose, but when it cuts to back and forth between them, I wasn't getting a very good idea of what was going on. I was just all okay, so there are multiple buzzes. But much later on, it does tend to get better, and the way they use them, I think, is done in a very fun way without feeling like, it's just rehashing what Toy Story 2 did and just, doing their own version of the Buzz Lightyears in a way where, yeah, I could definitely see what they were going for. So yeah, its technology-based aspect is definitely the highlight of the film, and it's done in a way that has a relatable sense for not just children, but for the economy, in our current economy as a whole. And ultimately, by the end, it manages to do that in such a beautiful way. Now, of course, the question needs to be answered. Is this movie going to make you cry? Probably not as much as 3, but oh yes, it is going to. Cian right here told me that he cried during the movie, and he
teared up.
Yeah. Without getting into spoilers, they do one thing with Jesse, without saying a word, will strike you super hard, and it will leave you absolutely just... That's what Toy Story is about. So yeah, ultimately, it manages to still have that same emotional core while also being a very heartfelt film with returning characters that serve a purpose while giving a lot of the spotlight to Jessie, because Jessie, her connection to, everything from this franchise serves a major purpose ever since Toy Story 2. And in the end, guys, yeah, Toy Story 5 proves that this franchise can still continue to do great things, infinity and beyond, even after, it should have concluded with a third one. It's definitely not the best entry, but I can definitely say, while I am a little bit split whether if I like this more than 4, because 4 I gave a perfect score, and this isn't going to get a perfect score from me, but I do think there are elements to this film that definitely make it a little bit better than 4, because yeah, a lot of people have been glazing all over it, so ultimately it will please you a lot more than 4 did. And I do like the fact that this is a franchise where I can enjoy all of the movies. Like, I can get through all of them and have myself a great time. So, yeah, I love this film. And Keen, your thoughts now.
Toy Story 5, directed by Andrew Stanton. Even though Matthew said that already, but I'm saying it. Yeah, I'm not going to took my Buzz Lightyear blanket off because it was pretty hot. So that's why I've done that. Got that in 2009, back when there was 2 films, and now there's 5.
I had a Cars
really old
blanket that I had since 2006.
You had a what?
I had a Cars blanket from 2006 that my dad still has.
Damn, that's cool. That is cool. Toy Story 5. This was a film that, if you watch my channel, I was very against at the beginning. I wasn't overly sold on the first trailer, even though it was a teaser. Second trailer then got me interested, and I got really excited. Then, when the reviews came out, I got more excited. Then when I saw the film, I loved it. I teared up. I knew instantly I liked it. I loved it more than 4. I love this movie. I loved it more than 4. It's not as good as the first 3, but it is much better than 4. And I did enjoy 4, I do. But I thought this one felt more like a Toy Story film. It felt more like it had the heart and the emotion that especially the second and third film had. I love that it focused on Jessie. I thought it developed her character more. It was great that they didn't undo the ending of the 4th one. Woody's still in the movie, but as Matthew said, more of a side character. And I liked that in a way Jessie kind of confronted her past, and it was, without giving it away, it was emotional. It was actually nice to go to the location from Toy Story 2, but actually spend time there, because obviously in Toy Story 2 it was done in a flashback sequence, but in this movie you actually get to spend a bit of time there and see what it's like now. And it felt like a love letter to that film, but also in a way its own little sequel. So the emotion and John Cusack's voice performance, amazing. I actually really enjoyed the other buzzes, personally. I'd already heard that a lot of people weren't too pushed on that. I thought it was really funny. Personally, I thought they were really cool as well. I do agree that I don't think, this is just my opinion, I don't think Buzz has had an awful lot to do in these past 2 films. He's done a lot more in this one, and he's not as dumbed down in this one as he was in 4. But I would like if they would do a bit more with him in the next film. And Pixar hire me to voice someone. Anyway, so yeah. Also, the animation is. Wait, hold on. I have to check again. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. The camera went off and it was like frozen. Okay. Anyway, so I better let it go. Anyway. The animation is amazing. Like, oh my god, I didn't think they were going to be able to top the animation from number 4. Like, the animation from number 4 still blows me away. The animation in this one is like the most beautiful film Pixar's ever done. Like, visually, it's really colorful. It pops out. There's so much detail in the backgrounds on the toys themselves. I love the new characters again. I enjoyed Lilypad. I loved the message about technology and toys. It was also an interesting thing that wasn't cliche. I thought Smarty Pants was probably my favorite new character, and he was another character I was very skeptical about. I thought he was pretty funny, and Conan O'Brien did a great job voicing him. Uh, I'm trying to think. I love the music. I love the original song by Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's something. Oh yeah, Bonnie. I felt sorry for Bonnie in this film. I thought they'd done a lot more interesting stuff with her. I actually related to her a lot. Because I basically been through some of the stuff she's been through. Because I didn't really like what they did with her in number 4. I thought this movie done a good job at actually getting me to like Bonnie again. Because even if you watch my trailer reaction when they say Bonnie's name, I roll my eyes like, God. That was because I just didn't like what they did with her in 4. Because I liked her in 3, and I liked her in 5. 4 just wasn't whatever. Also, Forky, he's not in it as much. He's still hilarious. And Karen Beverly, the little knife, hilarious. And I love seeing the other toys. I do feel that they were sidelined again, which I hope in the next film they kind of go back to having the main cast. I like that Mr. Potato Head talked more, however, I wasn't the biggest fan of his new voice. That was one of the only thing I was a bit like, and I know that Don Rickles passed away and it's going to be hard to imitate that, but to me, it just didn't sound like Mr. Potato Head. Like, for me, if a voice actor is doing an impression, it doesn't matter if you can tell it's a different person. It just has to sound like the character. It does in some aspects, but in other aspects, it just sounds really off. So yeah, but that's really just a nitpick. Yeah. I'm excited. Like, the great thing about Toy Story 5 is originally I thought it was unneeded, and now I actually want to see a Toy Story 6. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. I thought it was great. I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10 personally. So yeah.
That's pretty much like a 4.5 out of 5, which is, spoiler alert, that's what we're giving the movie. You're about to see the rating pop up. But yeah, ultimately, this franchise has truly showed that it can still go infinity and beyond after a much proper ending, but it still can prove that, well, what we just said. So yeah, that's both our ratings. That's both the same rating for both of us. So yeah, and actually before I go, I also did get this. I actually didn't get this when I saw the movie, but I got this while I was at work. It's the Buzz Lightyear popcorn bucket that people are starting to scalp over. But it's really cool. There's the helmet that can open up like that. And then there's the cup, wings pop out. It can light up. Yeah, like that.
That's really cool.
It's for display only though, because I usually collect these. So, but yeah, ultimately, yeah, we had a great time watching the movie. Thank you so much for joining me once again on this, Keen, and
I'm seeing it again on Saturday.
Cool, and I hope you have a great birthday. His again, link in the description to his channel. I also highly recommend checking out his channel because we started doing something else, but I'm not gonna say if you go to the channel you know exactly what it is. So yeah, so anyways, check out his channel. And as for me, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and maybe subscribe for more. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or maybe Blue Sky, links in the description, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.